Hey, it's your friend Choice CJ here, and I'm going to be bringing you guys a video on a brand new deck that I used from the new box. And in case you guys did miss it, we did recently get a new box. We got this Galactic Origin that you guys can see in the store here. It's got Elemental Hero Terra Firma as its cover card, and it's got a very cool archetype in it. Gladiator Beasts. Now, this was a very popular archetype in TCG for a long time. A few of their cards got hit. I think Bestiary was at 1 for a long time. And they've brought some of the cards to Duel Links. And I was playing with it today, and I wasn't even thinking about recording or doing anything. But I was able to use this deck to go straight from Legend to rattle off 10 straight wins and get to King of Games. So I'm really excited to hit King of Games kind of early this month, because then it gives me basically 3 to 4 weeks where I can just play games for fun and not really stress out about trying to rank up or anything like that. But without further ado, let me just show you the deck. I have a couple replays I'd like to show you guys. I haven't done that before on the channel in terms of doing replays, but again, I wasn't in the mood to do live recording of this as I dropped my phone. So hopefully you guys can understand that and bear with me. But here's the deck that I used. So use triple Quarry. This is your big beater of the deck. It's 1800 by itself, but if it's special summoned by the effect of a Glad Beast monster, it becomes 2100, which is pretty nice. And then I really like the destruction abilities of this deck. You've got Bestiary, which can destroy a spell trap on the field if it's special summoned by the effect of a Glad Beast monster, and you've got Murmillo, which can destroy one face-up monster on the field. So basically, whenever the cards attack or they get attacked, if they are able to survive, you can shuffle them into the deck and special summon another Glad Beast, and that's how they get their effects. So that's quite good, and just because of their ability to destroy, that makes them a pretty good control deck. So with this, you want to be running cards that allow you to keep your monsters on the field. So that's why we run cards like Mirror Wall. You know, if you've got what's a good example? If you got a Gazuki or a Red Eyes Wyvern on your opponent's side of the field, activate Mirror Wall. Obviously, you get the destruction effect because you take out their Wyvern or their Gazuki or whatever. But now you get to tag out your monster for another one, and you can get Bestiary on the field, or you can get a boosted Quarry or anything like that. Running double Wall of D, and then a couple interesting cards that are in here. We have Half Shut. Half Shut is a pretty good protection effect. Because if you can use it to either protect your own monster or to reduce the attack points of something that's attacking into you. So again, say you have your Bestiary out, and your opponent's playing ninjas. They've got Red Dragon Ninja. You can use Half Shut on their Red Dragon Ninja. It'll drop it to 1200. It won't destroy your Bestiary at that range. Half Shut does protect your the Red Dragon Ninja, but that's only until you shuffle your Bestiary into your deck and get Murmillo out. This new card, Impenetrable Attack, has sort of the same idea. You activate it. You can only activate it in the battle phase, so it's not like Half Shut where it's chainable. But you can target one monster on the field, and the reason that this is nice is because you can protect it from being destroyed by battle or by card effects. So this is a really cool card against things like Super Rush Headlong, and stuff like that. Not that Super Rush is super common in the meta right now, but it's been slowly creeping back, I've noticed. So yeah, that's pretty much the deck. We're running it with the balance skill. Balance did just recently get changed. If you guys aren't familiar with what happened on Monday, the ban list came out, and they limited and semi-limited a couple of cards, and they also changed the balance skill. So it's a little bit harder to get out your perfect ratios, but I think with at least 6 monsters, you should get at least 1 monster every turn, or not every turn, every first draw. Sometimes you get 2, but getting 2 is okay. But yeah, I really like balance because you want to draw into back row that you can use to protect your monsters so that way you can tag them out and get other Glad Beast monsters onto the field and activate their effects. And so that's why we have all these cards here. Mind Scan has been popular with this deck so far, and I haven't tested it to figure out if it's better or not. I actually only got Pegasus yesterday. I'm recording this on Tuesday night, so I haven't really had the opportunity to test it yet. But I kind of don't like Mind Scan for the same reason like I don't like Mind Scan in Cyber Angels. Like, you just, like, I feel like if you just play well, you don't need Mind Scan. Like, Mind Scan is just, you know, you kind of use it to, you know, if you like in Cyber Angels, if you don't want to play around Econ, then you run Mind Scan. But, like, you know, you should just be able to sort of, like, infer from the game how it's going, whether it's appropriate to activate Dakini's effect or not. Like, if it's safe, you shouldn't have to use Mind Scan to make that happen. So I might find that my opinion changes if I test it out and it works really nicely. But rather than, you know, kind of making it easier to play correctly, I'd rather have balance, which improves the quality of your starting hands. You know, I guess you could kind of say the same thing for balance. It's like, well, you know, what if you just are more skillful in playing around brick hands? You know, so it's, you know, 6 one way, half a dozen the other. I get that argument, but, you know, I guess maybe it's just personal preference. But anyway, I've been rambling on for about 7 minutes, so let's quickly look at these replays. Like I mentioned, I have 3 replays that I'd like to show. Let's scroll down to here to Duel replays. And let's start with 1 versus Burn. So I actually almost rage quit in the middle of this game just because, like, Weevil is really frustrating to face, man. So sorry about that. I had to quickly restart the battle. But as I was saying, I'm playing as Weevil Underwood here, and I was not really that excited to play this deck because the people are pretty excited about Into the Void in Weevil Burn, particularly in Bubbleman Burn, just because in that sort of deck you're not going to be running, you're not going to be keeping any cards in hand. You're always activating your spell cards and stuff like that. But anyway, he immediately puts a Parasite on top of my deck, and that's not great. I do open Murmillo, which is not that great typically, but it's actually not that bad in this situation versus Weevil, because it's not like I need to attack into a big monster. I'm not attacking into a Ben 10. I'm not attacking into a Flame Armor Ninja or whatever. So I can actually destroy one of his monsters, and then I can immediately bring out my Bestiari and destroy his back row. So if I had opened Bestiari, I wouldn't have been as happy, actually. We blow up his Draining Shields. He has an Amazoness Swordswoman face down, but this actually gives me the opportunity to shuffle up my Murmillo, and I can blow that up. So you can sort of see how this deck works in terms of getting advantage. And he's actually forced to Floodgate me, just because he wants to stop all my shuffling. So I'm pretty happy to trade my Murmillo for a Floodgate, to be honest. I get pretty lucky here, and I draw into my Quarry. And now I can tag that out for Bestiari once again, and I can destroy the Mask of the Accursed that he had equipped to my Parasite. So that's quite nice. You know, it's going to prevent me from getting extra burn damage and things like that. But he's unfortunately going to get another one, and he's going to equip it to my Bestiari. On the first turn, I don't do anything, but on the second turn, I realize that I can actually take advantage of the Contact Fusion cards that are also in this deck. There's a couple of fusion monsters that Glad Beasts have that aren't particularly good, but in this situation it was very useful to get rid of my 2 Glad Beasts that were really worthless. So I've got him down to 200 health now, and we're getting pretty close. I summon my Murmillo because I want to blow up this fusion card. It's taking up space on my field, and he actually is going to go for Lava Golem on this turn here. But unless he's got a Curse of Anubis face down, we're going to be able to polish him off. So it definitely was frustrating, you know, especially because he opened the Jade Insect Whistle. He kept on stopping my tag out plays with the Floodgate. And, you know, he had that Mask of the Accursed several times. So that was definitely pretty annoying, but we pulled it out. So next I want to pull up this match between me and Yu-Gi-Moto. This Yu-Gi-Moto is actually running a Glad Beasts deck as well. He was running it with Restart, and I think that Restart is strictly worse than Balance. I'm not sure, like, just from my perspective, I don't think I would ever run Restart over Balance for this deck. But this was a really fun match. This really came down to the wire. And, like, to be honest, you know, I'm still learning with this deck. This was a good learning experience for me because I learned about some of the plays that this deck has, especially in the mirror match. So someone with Bestiary off the bat, he goes for the Floodgate. And he makes, or it's not quite yet, so I can't do anything because my field's clogged up. He goes into Murmillo, attacks into my Bestiary, and this is when I realized that you can econ take your opponent's Glad Beast after you attack it, and then you can shuffle it back into the original owner's deck and bring out your own monster. So that was a really important learning for me. But anyway, he's going to get out his Augustus. There's a couple of Glad Beast monsters that are high star that I don't think are very good. That's just my opinion, of course. But anyway, he's going to be able to attack into my Quarry with 2 monsters. I did protect it with Impenetrable Attack, but now he's going to get double Bestiary out. He's going to be able to blow up both of my back row, which is pretty bad. But I am going to be able to summon my Quarry in and get my own Bestiary out, and I'm going to be able to blow up one of his back row. And I do blow up an Impenetrable Attack, which is pretty nice. So here I want to go for the Forbidden Chalice attack over one of his cards. And then what I was going to do is then econ take the one that didn't get destroyed, attack him again, and then I could shuffle it back. But he activated econ, so I ended up doing econ take in response to his econ take, if that makes sense. That basically left us both with no cards in hand. And that's what you see here. There's a few turns where we're both just drawing, trying to get a monster. He got his Quarry, but I was able to Floodgate it, which was really nice. He goes for Impenetrable Attack. And so I'm going to go into my Bestiary and blow up his back row. I didn't go into Murmillo because, like I had mentioned in the deck review, Impenetrable Attack protects from card effects, whereas Half Shut does not. So he's going to get out his Augustus, and I'm going to be able to use both my Wall of D and my Chalice to try and kill it. But he's going to chain from his hand Half Shut, which is going to protect his Augustus. He's going to be able to tag into his Quarry, and I get very lucky with my top deck here. I top deck an Econ. I'm able to attack with a 2100 Quarry. I can shuffle it back, and now I can bring out Dimikari. I think that's what it's called, right? Dimikari. Dimikari I'm running only one of, but I've seen 2 to 3 potentially of this card in other decks. He activates Wall of D to weaken my attack, but you know the nice thing about this deck is that it doesn't care that much about Wall of D as long as your monster is protected, because then you immediately shuffle it back into your deck and get about a monster that's got a normal amount of attack points. He drew an Econ to stall out for 1 turn. He was hoping to draw into something that could deal with my Quarry, but he does not draw it, and we're able to get a very long, drawn-out win. We were down to 5 cards in deck. It was very back and forth, and you saw, like, at one point there, neither of us had any cards, so it was a really, really fun duel. And then the last one I want to show you guys is actually my rank up game. I'd rattled off 9 in a row, like I had said here. So I was like really hoping that I could win this one. I had gotten up to my rank up match once before. I was actually in call with my buddy Donaki, and I was using a Red Eye Zombie deck, and I bricked really hard versus a Cyber Angels player, and I lost. I actually replayed the guy in the next duel, and I was able to beat him, which was really funny, but I went on a big losing streak, dropped to Legend 1, and then the new box came out, and that's when I brought this here. So anyway, I've got Quarry. He has a face-down monster, and I'm hoping that it's a Armed Ninja, and it is. The other card I was expecting was Crimson Ninja. But anyway, I set a Half Shut. He could have potentially blown it up if he had selected, if he got lucky enough to select it correctly, but it didn't work out for him. I'm able to blow up his Ninjutsu Art of Transformation, which is really nice. And he's going to use his Red Dragon Ninja to send back my Mirror Wall that he had already seen. I'm able to use Half Shut to protect my Bestiary. I'm going to be able to shuffle my Murmillo out, and blow up his red dragon ninja. And then if his face down is a ninjutsu art, I do just win here. But he does have an econ, so he's able to stall out for another turn until he can potentially get a card. He does get out the Flame Armor Ninja, and I do have the Impenetrable Attack to protect my monster here. So I'm going to shuffle this out for the Dimokari, just because I can use its ability to get off a second attack to potentially win this game. I go into the battle step, activate Econ just to see if he's got the Sphere Karibo or not. We're able to destroy the Flame Armor Ninja after that and get off our second attack for a game. So pretty quick game there. I really like three-star Demotion Ninjas, but you know, if you can just get their board clear, you know, they only have 1,000 points left over, so you can pretty easily finish them off if you play correctly. So yeah, really fun deck. I really like this Glad Beast deck. And yeah, just so you guys see, here's my King of Games. Got there in 66 victories. Not the like greatest achievement. It was potentially like 44 in that game I was describing whenever I was talking to Donahue, but it was not meant to be. But you know, I'm kind of glad that it worked out this way, because if I had won with Red Eye Zombies and made it to King of Games, I wouldn't have climbed with Gladiator Beasts. I probably would have done a short episode, you know, doing 4 or 5 duels like I usually do, but I wouldn't have had this climb, and it wouldn't have been quite as fun. So let me know what you guys think of the Gladiator Beast archetype. Let me know what you think of the new box in general, if there's anything you're really excited to play. I know that I think at some point I'm going to try and make a Elemental Hero deck. Now that we've got a couple of cards, we've got Ocean, we've got Woodsman, we can make a fairly decent deck with those cards. You know, and I use that term loosely, of course. It's not like it's a top tier deck, but maybe it's good enough to catch a couple of wins, two wins if so, out of 4 or 5, so that'd be fun. But yeah, and I definitely have a couple of good ideas for other decks coming up soon. I want to play with Harpies. I'm going to use a BLS deck, Blackluster Soldier, which I'm really excited about. I want to use Magnets. I want to use the Union cards, like the XYZ Union cards, because Union Scramble just came out. So lots of fun ideas for the rest of this month, and I hope you guys are looking forward to it. And if you are, you know, I'd appreciate it if you leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz, and check back to the channel for other gaming content. And until the next time, I'll see you guys later.